This Sunday is the second Sunday of Lent in Year B. The first reading this Sunday is again from the book of Genesis. Genesis is traditionally believed to have been written by Moses. It was probably written as a collection of stories handed down from generation to generation to comfort and guide the Israelites. The book of Genesis can be divided into 4 parts: the creation stories, the stories of Abraham, the stories of Jacob, and the stories of Joseph. The first reading this Sunday is from the second part of Genesis. It's the famous and difficult story of God asking Abraham to sacrifice his only son, Isaac, and Abraham being willing to do that. Unfortunately, sacrifices of this type were not uncommon in the ancient world. The story goes that Abraham's love for God was so great that Abraham set about the job until, on his 3rd day of preparation, God told Abraham to stop, and Isaac was saved. The simple message for the readers of Genesis was that God was not after that type of sacrifice for them. But this is a tough reading. It's gruesome, and it's not a children's story. For us, this reading can help us remember what a sacrifice God made, sending Jesus. In the second reading this Sunday, St. Paul puts it like this in his letter to the Romans. With God on our side, who can be against us? He who did not spare his own son, but handed him over for us all. The Gospel reading this Sunday is from Mark. It's one of the biggest events described in Mark's Gospel, the event known as the Transfiguration. To transfigure means to change form or appearance, usually for the better. On this occasion, Jesus heads up a mountain, an unnamed mountain, together with 3 disciples, Peter, James, and John. At the top of the mountain, his clothes become white, dazzlingly white. The prophet Elijah and Moses appear and speak with Jesus. The disciples are bewildered. Then a cloud comes over the mountain, and from the cloud a voice calls out, "This is my son, the beloved. Listen to him."